So how do you genuinely get and stay motivated for the long run? How are we keeping, guys? It's David here from Dr. Fitness, and just a few quick points I have around the term motivation, because look, when you're wanting to start something, when you're wanting to get stronger, get fitter, get leaner, get a bit more confident in your day-to-day life and that kind of stuff, at times you might be highly motivated to do that, to start something. But you know yourself, as the weeks go on, that tends to taper off. And as well, even like if somebody kind of keeps that going, they're consistent with the gym and nutrition and that kind of stuff, and they're getting the results they want, maybe they might have properly sat down and set themselves a long-term goal to start, or even like a short-term 12-week goal or something like that. But once like 12 weeks to 6 months come, even to a year, motivation starts to slump again, and kind of what you see is a downward trend of going down and down and down. You kind of hit this real rock bottom before, and if you can kind of really, if you can get through that, like if you can really kind of brave it out, let's say, and keep the bigger picture in mind, usually then we see people coming up the other end of that and really progressing long term, and like not ever having a problem with binging or go back to square one again, or seeing the gym as a chore, that kind of stuff to do, because the gym and the training is to get you better. It's to produce the end result. The nutrition then comes hand in hand with that, obviously. Like, so why can people that know what they need to do not stick with it long term? And I think there's obviously a ton of factors that play, like, but I think that if you're not getting realistic with yourself, number one, is a big factor in terms of expectations up front and hitting walls moving forward. If you don't realize that how long it took you to get in the position you are now, it might take you that length to get out of it, you're only fooling yourself, because you need to be aware of that. You need to be ready for that going forward. You need to be ready for massive roadblocks that are going to come into play. You need to be ready for the comments you're going to get from friends and family. You need to be ready for the times you go to visit friends' houses and all they want to do is shove cake down your mouth, that kind of stuff. But I think people are just turning a blind eye to that, or maybe they're not aware of it when they start. And when those barriers are produced, they kind of give in to them because it's what you've always done. I think the second point with long-term motivation is having a real, true, genuine reason why behind doing what you're doing. Like, why are you bothering to do this in the first place? Yes, maybe it's to get a bit stronger, get a bit fitter, but that's not really that much of a goal, like, or that's not something that would emotionally kind of spur other people on to continue going with it. Like, in terms of thinking stuff deep down for yourself, in terms of like being a role model for the kids, being feckin' mobile, strong and healthy when you're in a later age, being confident in your day-to-day life, not having any health complications. They're all kind of basic ones, but again, you need to tie something strong in terms of a why behind it for you. And I think number 3 in the list then comes down to habits and routines and enjoyment. Like, training should not be something that you absolutely despise or hate doing. It shouldn't be something where you have to hammer yourself every week, even if a trainer has told you that, or a trainer currently does that with you. It should be progressive in terms of, yes, there's going to be tough weeks, no, I'm not going to lie about that, but there needs to be a build up to that, a pull back, a build up again, a pull back, a build up again. But so longer term, you're progressing more longer term, but you're not just hammering yourself every single week, if that makes sense. Because that's easy to do. Anybody can hammer someone in the gym. It's not about that. It's about smart training moving forward whilst enjoying it along the way, having a bit of fun. Like, can you say you actually enjoy the training aspect of things and you have fun during it? Number 2, in terms of habits and routines, especially when it comes to nutrition and stuff, like, again, people just take on too much too early, or they believe something that they've always believed around food, like carbs are bad, fats are bad, or whatever it is, or your friend might have done a plan and you think that's going to work for you. Again, everything comes back to the principles of energy balance at the end of the day. So you need to find a way that works for you. There's no point in bullshitting yourself into thinking that you need to change your whole diet and put the family at home and the kids at home have to have a separate diet to you. The principles should be the same, but you should be tweaking things to suit you. Like, if you're starting from scratch with nutrition, you haven't a clue about it, start slow and steady, like really slow and steady. I'm talking like focus on drinking water for the first month. Even it could be a starting point for someone. Focus on getting veggies in with 2 meals a day. Could be another month habit. Again, you need to build these up that you can realistically see and manage and do over the long run. Again, otherwise you're just fooling yourselves. Because there is a quote out there, I think it is, motivation is what genuinely does get you started, but for the long term, habits and routines is what's going to make you stick through that. And then along the way, like as the months and years are going on, you're going to have this kind of overriding bigger term goal in your head, picture in your head of what you kind of want to achieve from all this. But along the way then, set yourself performance based goals. So like doing a 5k, doing a 5k mud run, It might be some other style fitness event. It could be climbing a mountain, that kind of stuff. That's what we do here with our members as well, to keep them motivated in that side of things, because again, just focus on weight loss, toning up all day long, that will get stagnant over time, and it's kind of like, yeah, I can do it now, but what's the next challenge for me? So again, it's just something to be aware of, is to have a purpose behind what you're doing, and hopefully that will kind of help with long-term motivation, long-term showing up week after week. Otherwise, if you don't have any of that in place, if you're not working towards bigger picture reasons why you're doing things, if you're not setting shorter term goals, and if you're not realistically doing something you can see yourself doing for the long run, the motivation just won't be there, and you'll start and stop and burst. You'll start and stop the time of year that it suits you, and you shouldn't need to rely on motivation to get you into the gym each week, to get you over that session or whatever it be. Short-term things, yeah, maybe. It's okay to watch a motivational video, for example, on YouTube, and spur you up, but for the long run, habits, routines, enjoyment, consistency, make sure you're getting the results, having a purpose behind what you're doing, is all going to add into that long-term motivation. Even if you want to call it that, I just call it consistency over time and having a focus. But look, I'm going to stop talking before I stay talking all day, and hopefully there's some takeaways in that. And if you have any friends that might benefit from it, do tag them underneath, and we'll chat to you next time. Bye bye.